And we're live.
Hey, it is a feel-good Friday. How are you? I'm Paul Sullivan. Back behind the scenes as usual. Smith. You'll hear me refer to him as Sean. You'll hear sometimes I call him idiot, but no, not on air. I'm just kidding. He's a good guy. He's a little bit different than I am, boy. That's for sure. Speaking of different, I'm wearing something completely different today. I'm not wearing anything that is Chicago sports based. You were a little shocked when I walked in, weren't you?
Yeah, very.
You're like, who's that? Do we have a guest on the show? I mean, that doesn't look like Paul. I have not given up being a Chicago fan. It's called laundry. That's what it's called. It's called laundry, and I haven't done it yet. So today, sporting the Digi Ninja, what we do here at Billy Merritt Marketing on the shirt, and something a little bit different too. No, it's not. There's no place like home. You know, it's not that. It's a band actually called Dorothy. I don't know if Smith's heard of it. It's a little more mainstream probably than his typical usual deal. Oh, holy moly! Somebody just walked into the studio. Holy God, there he is. He is actually here. You see, he's real. He's real. It's not a hologram. It's real.
I had to pay some bills.
He's got money to do. He's got money to pay. So
We're paying our fair share. Georgia Department of Revenue.
There it is.
I'd love to hang around, but I gotta go.
All right. Okay. Have a good time. Have a good time. He's off and running. He's got to pay some bills. And yeah, we definitely got to make sure that we pay the bills. And by the way, my sister Barb just said, woohoo, Billy's in the house. Well, woohoo, he was in the house. So he's off and running as usual. Typically, but again, he did way more today than he has, in the last 6 months. I mean, at least he showed up, stuck his head in a little bit, doing that. But yeah, I was talking about the band Dorothy. I have not yet seen them live. And by the way, they're not a classic rock band. We'll have the classic rock revisit a little bit later on the show. But the band Dorothy, they're not a classic rock band. They've been out for probably four or 5 years, something like that. But the lead singer, her name is Dorothy in real life, and so the band is actually called Dorothy. You can check them out. And so they're a really good new modern band, if you will. My sister Janet just said hello or said hey. And by the way, see, that's not just a Southern thing. We say hey up north too. And my whole family is getting in on the action here. My mom, good morning, Mom. And by the way, again, just because I'm not wearing Chicago doesn't mean I've given up. My Bears, however, big shocker, lost to the Green Bay Packers again. I know, big shocker there. As Aaron Rodgers, their quarterback, said, I still own you. And he does, man. I can't stand the Packers. I can't stand him. But, I have to respect Aaron Rodgers. He's a great quarterback. So I would love to have him on the Bears. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Good news for Georgia fans, though. UGA, Georgia football, college football, they are ranked number 1. They are killing it. So Billy, that's why he's been in like a super good mood. He's been to a couple of the games. Up between the hedges, as they say at UGA, and the Braves. Remember, I said, if my Chicago Cubs, if they can't make it, then my girlfriend Brenda, she's an Atlanta Braves fan, and I'm in Georgia. So I've always said, if my Cubs can't win it, I'll root for the Braves. So the Braves are in the playoffs. They're actually up. They're leading 3-2 in a best of 7 game series. Now they had a 2-0 lead, or maybe it could have been a 3-0 lead. I can't remember if they were ready to sweep them or not. I think they were. I think they were up 3-0 if I remember right. But anyway, they actually are still leading 3-2. But the Dodgers beat them last night. Beat them pretty bad too. It was like 11-2. So that's not very fun. But the good news is, if they're going to clinch, now they're coming back to Georgia, so they'll be playing in Atlanta. At Brave Stadium. So they'll play Saturday night. Tomorrow night, they'll be playing. So hopefully they can win it then. If not, they'll get another chance to win it on Sunday. So good luck to the Atlanta Braves. They'll do that, that whole chop thing. You can tell I'm not really, versed at that very well. I'm not used to doing that. So I'm more of a, go Cubs, go. I'm used to that. See,
right.
Not the chop thing. But yeah, anyway, so go Braves. So we've got what we're doing this weekend. Billy's off and running. He's paying bills, and then he's got other places. He's probably going to the Georgia game. But I'm actually going to North Carolina. So I'm going to visit my grandkids, my daughter-in-law, Laurel and Shane and Dane and Landon. So we're going to North Carolina. So beer of the week. The beer of the week is from North Carolina. What do you know? What a segue. This is a Highland Brewing Company. I actually talked about Highland Brewing Company. It's been like within the last couple of months. We did the Gaelic Ale that they make in Asheville, North Carolina. And so this is their seasonal. It's the Claw Hammer Oktoberfest. I don't really know where the Claw Hammer part comes in, but You know, I mean, because it's pretty smooth. I mean, it's not like it just hits you like a truck or whatever. You know, it's a pretty smooth Oktoberfest. So the seasonal Clawhammer Oktoberfest, it's 5% alcohol by volume. So it's pretty standard. It's a little bit higher alcohol than like a regular domestic. But certainly not overpowering, and neither is the taste. It's good. It's smooth. It's got kind of a malty, but it's smooth, malty, like toasted malt flavor. So pretty good. I know Smith is not a beer guy, so he's like just going, yeah, whatever. Just move on. Just move on to whatever. What are you drinking today?
I got a water with some strawberry sun-kissed flavor.
Strawberry sun-kissed flavor. One of these days, folks. One of these days, Smith is going to grow up. I'm telling you. Do you drink high C too?
It's water.
Capri Sun, maybe. He's got his juice box. No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta have flavor, especially if it's like the cheap, dirty tasting water.
The cheap, dirty tasting water.
Pretty much.
Is that what you said? Oh, wait a
yeah.
minute. Wait, are you a water snob like Kevin Tinajero is?
Yeah, I can't drink Dasani or Aquafina. Like, I mean, if you force it on me, I will drink it, but I will not enjoy it.
If you force it, you are going to drink this. We're going to hold him down and water torture, basically, waterboarding him, with Dasani.
It tastes. I don't know. It tastes like it's got. I don't know. I always want to say it tastes dirty. Like maybe it's the fact that like it's less purified or something. But like this is Zephyr Hills. Like it just. I mean, it actually tastes like.
Tastes dirty.
It tastes dirty.
Yeah, they just go out to the creek, fill up a bunch of bottles, seal them up, sell them. People like Smith's, but drinking dirty water. Yeah.
It tastes like it was like 90% filtered, and then they just didn't finish it. Maybe that's the right.
They're trying to cut
it.
costs. They just have the 90% filter.
But you put a little bit of strawberry sun-kissed in there, and you can't even tell the difference.
It'll kill that dirtiness taste right away. Well, Kevin Tinajero, he just commented Deer Park water. See,
Yeah.
that's what I had.
I don't like that.
I don't really buy I just go and get whatever's cheap. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm looking for that dirty water special. Apparently, so I'm looking for the cheap water because again, I'm kind of going. I don't really. I mean, I can't say that I can't tell a difference. Like Dasani, I will say, tastes different to me, but it's not necessarily the taste. And I know this is going to sound even stranger than Smith. Okay, this is going to sound strange, but the water, it tastes like it's synthetic, like it's like it's man-made or something. Like it's not real. So Smith's drinking dirty water. I'm drinking fake water.
Down the rabbit hole. Paul
that's
Sullivan.
right. Down, I'm drinking the fake water, and I'm like, but yeah, I bought the big case of Deer Park when I went to the grocery store. And the other day, I mean, by the way, he wasn't that thirsty. Kevin didn't have he needed some water. He forgot to bring his or ran out of his or whatever it was. And I said, hey man, here, I got one for you. So, I mean, I have a couple in my desk drawer. So I hand it when he's like, oh no, I don't drink that. Yeah, he's like, I already went in your drawer before you came in and I looked and I'm not drinking that. I'm like, really? So yeah, he wasn't that thirsty. So, but anyway, so we'll move on from the fake water, the dirty water, all that kind of stuff. By the way, my mom apparently, getting old, mom, you're not paying attention because she just messaged in and says, did I miss something? Why does your hat say Dorothy? Yes, you missed the first 2 minutes of the show. That's what you missed. See, and I'm not going to tell you now. Make you think about it though. No, I'm kidding. It's a band. The band is called Dorothy. So again, it's not, my name's not Dorothy. I'm not going to click my heels and, there's no place like home. There's no place like, I mean, I do like going home, but I'm just saying. Anyway, it's a band, Mom. So you can check it out. Look up the band Dorothy. You can see some of the great songs that they have. So again, kind of do the quick recap since my mom latecomer, last minute Lucy. The hat is the band Dorothy. Digi Ninja. All right. That's the platform that we use here at Billy Merritt Marketing. The beer of the week, Clawhammer Oktoberfest from Highland Brewing Company in Asheville, North Carolina. By the way, we're actually working with a car dealership in North Carolina, in Asheville, next week. So maybe while I'm in North Carolina, maybe I'll stop by. Maybe I'll just go to all the breweries and stuff in North Carolina. So we'll see which one that wins out. What do you think? Which way do you think I'm leaning?
At the moment,
yeah,
probably the beer. I mean, that's right.
You got it. At the moment, listen to him. He's trying to make me look better. He's like, well, at the moment, but he could change his mind. No, it's not going to happen.
I tried.
He was trying to cover for me, but okay. So By the way, because we're hitting the road today, by the way, I'm not driving. So just so you're aware, Brenda's actually driving to North Carolina. So I'll be just kicking back and enjoying the ride in her new Toyota Tacoma. By the way, she got a new truck. Pretty cool. All right. So classic rock revisit. Let's flip the screen. There we go. The classic rock revisit for this week. Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of the best guitar players ever. I mean, literally. I mean, he could be probably argued as the best, but I don't think there is like the best. There's just so many different players that are very talented. So he's certainly one of the best guitar players out there. But as far as, the best, again, I wouldn't call anybody the best. There's so many great guitarists, including Smith. I mean, he's a great guitar player. I'm just saying. Rob Hurst, by the way, definitely check out Burial Brewery in Asheville. Now, see, he's my kind of guy. So that's what I'm talking about. See, he didn't even say, hey, go ahead and stop by the car dealership. No. He's like, no, go to the brewery, man. Check out Burial Brewery. So I got you, Rob. I'll check that out while I'm in there. My sister Barb saying, yep, Stevie Ray Vaughan, by the way, again, not only a great guitar player, but just a really cool guy. I never got a chance to meet him. But when you see him in interviews, he's just so laid back. I mean, he's just such a, just an average Joe kind of a guy. And he always thought he was so lucky, to play music. Kind of like how Smith feels. He's just lucky to play music.
No doubt.
He's lucky to be my producer. Well, he doesn't probably feel that way, but he is getting paid for it. So there you go. But Stevie Ray Vaughan, again, the album In Step is our classic rock revisit album. In Step back in 1989. Now, this was actually the last studio album that Stevie Ray Vaughan released before his untimely death. Remember, I don't know if you remember that, Smith, but he died in a helicopter crash.
No,
actually played. It was in Wisconsin. I was still living in Illinois, and I actually had an opportunity to go to that show, and I passed. And man, I'm telling you what, that was a huge regret. And when I say I passed, I mean I couldn't. I mean, I guess I could have called in sick for work, been one of those people, But being the responsible guy that I am, I actually went to work, so I didn't go to the show. But yeah, so he was playing up in East Troy, Wisconsin, up at a venue called Alpine Valley. And he was actually playing with Eric Clapton. So it would have been a doubly good show. And Clapton was actually supposed to be on the helicopter. So it was very similar. Wow. It was eerily similar to the Buddy Holly story. If you recall, I don't know, Smith's going, Buddy Holly. Isn't that a song by Weezer? And that's exactly what he's thinking right now. That's what you're thinking, aren't you?
I'm pretty sure I've heard you talk about this one before.
Okay. So Clapton actually passed and passed on the helicopter flight. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan took the flight, and then unfortunately it crashed and he died along with his agent. Sad. That was a really sad day in music. But again, this album, just fantastic. I mean, so many good songs on here. By the way, it was his most commercially successful album. He had a few other albums that were released before that were, super solid. I mean, again, great music, but it was, indie labels and things like that. And he was still kind of, he was big in Texas where he was from. So he had a huge following there. A lot of the blues people, knew who he was, things like that. But he finally kind of started to get into the mainstream with this album, In Step. And, so some great stuff. The House is Rocking. I know you know that song, right? Please say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to sound that old.
The one I've listened to most is definitely Crossfire.
There you go. Crossfire, Tightrope is on here. Now, have you heard this whole album?
I have not. I've listened to a lot of like the I wouldn't really say singles. Like I love Texas Flood. Mm-hmm. Sweet Little Thing. What was that one called?
Yep. Pride and Joy.
Pride and Joy. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a lot of great stuff. Yeah, he really does. He's got a lot of great stuff. And check this out. Smith, I give him grief about liking all this kind of weirdo off mainstream, off center, type music. But he will absolutely dig this, and so will you if you'll go check it out. There's a song, look it up. It's on the In Step album, and it's the last track, but it's called Riviera Paradise. And it's such a good song. It's so unusual for Stevie Ray because he was known for kind of being a shredder. He was just, he's really quick with his fingers and that type of thing. But Riviera Paradise shows the softer, more melodic side of him. And it's almost 9 minutes long. But it's such a beautiful piece of music. It's instrumental. There's no lyrics at all. He doesn't sing on that track at all. So it's just a really, really pretty piece of music that he did. So check that out, Smith, and you'll like it. And again, so
for
will
sure.
you if you go check out Riviera Paradise is the name of it. Again, it's the last track off of the Instep album. And again, the last studio album that Stevie Ray released. And, he was only 35. I mean, when he passed away, I mean, it's just like, man,
Crazy.
you think about, artists like that passed away. You think about how much more music, that we could have enjoyed from a lot of these artists that passed away early on. And Stevie, there were a lot of there was the 27 curse. I think you and I've talked about that a little bit, Smith, the artists that, killed themselves or committed suicide, things like that at 27. It was like this weird, age or whatever. It's like Jim Morrison from the Doors and Kurt Cobain and what's her name? Me and Bobby McGee. Can't think of the lady's name.
Try to look it up.
I know my sister Barb.
Janis Joplin.
There you go. Thank you very much, Janis Joplin. They all died at 27. Jimi Hendrix. I mean, there was just like this weird kind of, at 27. So, but he lived past 27, and again, he didn't commit suicide either. See, Barb was right on it. She's like, she just typed in Janis, and so did my sister Janice. I mean, so they know. I mean, they're like, bang, 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 Janis Joplin. And Brenda, my girlfriend's going to kill me because she loves Janis Joplin, and she's going to kill me because I couldn't recall that. But some really good stuff from Stevie Ray Vaughan. And then, of course, after he passed away, they do this a lot. I'm not usually a big fan of this, but they'll do like there's, this unreleased demo of this and that and the other, and I mean, it's not a complete song. So, I mean, I get it if you're a huge fan, and you crave, music from that artist. I mean, similar to, let me see if I can figure this out. Nope, I did it wrong again. Like this right here. There we go. Like the guitar from Eddie Van Halen. Now, of course, loved Van Halen. I've said for a long time, they're my favorite band of all time. I'm not saying they're the best band of all time. We're not going to get into that rabbit hole, but they're my favorite band of all time. And I would love to hear more Van Halen music, but at the same time, these kind of weird demos and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't listen to it as far as like listening to it online, but I probably wouldn't buy it. It's just, again, if it was a complete song now, if it was produced and they had it, like it was waiting in the wings for their next album, now that I'm into, but I don't like I don't like all these kind of, poorly recorded demos. And what's your take on that?
There's also something weird about like, where's my money going? Like, who's the money going to? It's already such a weird position. Like almost everything physical you pay for, like a very small percentage goes towards the artist. And then this stuff gets released afterwards. And it's like, oh, well, I don't know what the percentages are, but I'm imagining most of my money's going to WMG or it's going to Sony or whoever bought out the rights.
And by the way, before everybody puts Smith on a pedestal, talking about where his money goes, let's just ask him how many albums he's bought. Yeah, see, he was trying to act all high and mighty, like I want to know where my money's going. Like he's buying all these records. He spends $5 a month on YouTube Red. That's what he does.
I do have albums at home, but it's been years since I've actually bought physical albums for sure.
So I mean, you could have bought an album 20 years ago, and the guy's dead now.
Yeah,
and now he wants to know. I want to know where my money's going. I mean, and I want to know. I spent $12, not 20 years ago because he was 9. Aren't you 29?
I'm about to be 2 more days.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Doggone it. Doggone. That's right. It's Smith's birthday coming up in a couple days. Doggone. Shoot.
Classic Paul asks for opinion, immediately bashes.
Daggone. I mean, that is me. And it's his birthday. So I should have been nicer to him today. It was the one time where I could have been like super nice to him. And I blew it. That's all right. It just wouldn't be me. It just wouldn't be me.
And it wouldn't be funny.
There you go. Hey, by the way, see my sister Barb, she just said happy birthday to you.
Well,
Sister Janet's throwing those out. So yeah, send us a comment, say happy birthday to Smith. So you're 28 and you will be 29. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so you got one good year in you, and then you're in your 30s.
And then I'm an old man.
Yeah, then you're in your 30s. Isn't that weird? Like when you fill that stuff out online where they ask you like what your birthday is,
man.
Or how old you are, and there's those categories, and it'll say like 20, it'll say like 20 to 29. See, so right now you're in that 20 to 29 category. So you're all young and hipster, type stuff. But next year you'll be in that 30 to 39 category. So you'll lose some coolness points. And Smith's got a lot of coolness points. Yeah, ask him. He'll tell you.
Oh boy.
Just messing with you. So what do you do for your birthday then? So you got big plans?
Probably the same as usual, to be honest. I'll probably goof around the house. I'll probably like spend a couple of extra dollars, go out, buy some snacks and an extra energy drink, and then I'll just work on music like I always do.
There is the classic birthday celebration for Smith.
I am a hermit. It's happening. I'm more of a hermit every day. I've been spending more time actually taking pictures and stuff like that lately, and I feel like it's just one more thing to like fill in the time between music and editing videos and all this stuff. Like I'm just slowly filling out the full 24 hours with nothing but creative work. And I love it. That's all I want to do.
So, well, by the way, a lot of people behind the scenes, they don't know, okay, but Smith actually, even though we make fun of him like he doesn't work very much, all this kind of stuff, he's on call like all the time. I mean, so he's like at home, he's got his creative, thinking cap on, he's making music, he's doing this whole thing, and then he gets a text from me.
Every time, I've built up a dread of all the notification sounds as soon as I hear it. And I mean, most of the time it's just like a meme Keegan sent me. But the moment I hear that ding, I'm just like, that mother. It's just like my natural reaction.
Oh, hey, this is a family show. Smith's getting violent now. He's at home in his studio. Mother.
And it's not even you most of the time.
He hears the ding. That ding, it just incites rage.
Yes.
It's a rage inciting ding. So well, all right. So who else is sending you all these notifications that are driving you nuts?
Oh, it's usually Keegan sending me like anime memes and stuff. That's probably the majority of it.
And I mean, I know Ty sends you stuff.
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally Billy, when Billy's around, working or something. Occasionally, usually Billy's like, "Hey man, can you pick me up at the airport?" or something like that, right? That's kind of his. That's typically his text to Smith. But so all right, so your typical weekend is you're at home drinking energy drinks, riding your bicycle, and working on music and video editing.
Yeah, that's the majority of it.
And so then this weekend, your birthday week. Now, is your birthday, is it Sunday or Monday?
It's going to be Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. So your birthday's Sunday. So Sunday's your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So what will be different than what I just described? What's one thing that will be different?
Well, this is cheating, but I will actually wake up early and go to church. But other than that.
Now, is that unusual? Do you not do that on a normal Sunday?
No, as long as I wake up, I go in the morning. I go and play guitar up there, so that's all.
Oh, I see it. That was something new. I didn't know that he played. That he played guitar at his church. What church do you go to? Give him a shout out.
It's Harvest Time Church of God. You can find them on Facebook. When Facebook's not taking their streams down. So there's your teaser.
By the way,
cool.
Kim Ledbetter, I'm a little slow on this. She put this up a few minutes ago. It's good to have special days, no matter the age.
Yeah, I mean, I'll enjoy it. I'll probably watch a little more anime. I'll probably hop on and actually play a video game. That might be my like let's just chill and not do anything that matters. But I'll still end up streaming it like I always do. So I'll still be quote unquote working.
By the way, my sister Janet says, I hate the spinning wheel for the year that you're born. Makes me feel old as dirt. Yeah, I mean, Smith was, he's going to be 29. So, I mean, yeah, he's, it's like, and he's right there. Just like, I love the list, not the spinning wheel, but like that long list, the drop down. Like when you click it and there's that drop down for what year you're born. There's a problem when you're going like, all right, your finger's on your mouse, right? You got to go.
Yeah.
Click, 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 to get to the year you're born. Yeah.
It used to take seconds.
Yeah. And now it's like, holy moly, does it even go that low? I mean, I'm like swipe, going down, trying to find, in the 60s, which, Smith. So that means what year were you born?
92.
92. Holy cow. Man, oh man. I feel like my sister Janet, old as dirt right now. Holy cow. That's just old. I mean, I'm just old, not you. So yeah, so you were a 90s baby. I'm a 60s. Holy cow.
Yeah, definitely. Man,
a 90s. That just hit me. I mean, I knew your age, but I didn't really put it together with the years that we were
Right.
born? I was born in 67. Jeez Louise, man. You know, that see, and Smith is supposed to be, now he's way more tech savvy than me. way more tech savvy than me. Musically though, I think I'm leading. I'm a little more advanced. I'm just saying. Not playing music. Well, it depends on how you look at it. If you call like hitting the play button playing music, I'm all in. I mean, I got it covered. Used to be a DJ, so I mean, I know that. But if you're talking about playing music, like playing, you know, an actual instrument, yeah, Smith's just got me beat. You know, I mean, I'm pretty good at air guitar. I can say that. Air guitar, you know, I mean, I can hold my own. Air drums.
Here's actually a funny thing. I can do all that, but throw me on Rock Band or Guitar Hero, I'm horrible. Absolutely horrid.
You're horrible on Rock Band?
Especially if you put me on a song that I know how to play. Because it
throws you off.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to play it. But instead I'm supposed to push these buttons. And
yeah, the colored buttons thing kind of is got to be weird. That's for the idiot like me. Okay, press blue and red and blue and red and blue and, you know.
I'm over here like, why are there only 4 frets?
You're going, who created this stupid game? This is dumb. You know. Meanwhile, you know, idiots, you know, in layman's terms like me, blue and red. That's what I do. So I mean, so actually I still, even with blue and red, I'm still not very good at Rock Band or Guitar Hero. You know, now air guitar, I'm right there with you. I can hold my own. But you know, even with the video games, I'm not very good. So you share a birthday with somebody, right?
Jose Santiago.
Say that again.
It's Jose Santiago. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know why you said that either. I was like, what the heck? Did Jose become a porn star or something? Jose Santiago.
I'm hoping I'm remembering his last name correctly. I believe his name is also Austin Smith.
You believe?
It's been a while since I talked to him. I remember the three of us always shared birthdays.
So he's a really good friend of yours, apparently.
Oh, I hadn't talked to him in years.
Really good friend. I believe his name is Austin something.
I know it's Austin. The Smith part is like, seems too convenient.
Well, yeah, that could be it. So obviously no relation to Austin.
No.
To Austin, possibly Smith.
Shockingly, no.
Austin, possibly Smith. But dang it, I forgot that it's you and Jose celebrating a birthday on Sunday. I'll be out of town. So what I'll do, I'll do this for you because this is the kind of guy I am.
You'll put down 2 drinks.
You got it. I was just gonna say, I'm like, I'll have a beer for you and I'll have a beer for Jose because that's the kind of guy. I'm a giver. I'm a giver. That's what I do.
I appreciate
it. Candace saying happy birthday to you. By the way, again, Smith, who takes an awful lot of grief from me. I mean, he really does. He takes, and not even during the show. I mean, I give him grief during the show, but you should see me off. I mean, off camera. Oh, it's way worse. Crank that up to like 10 or what do you think? 11 maybe?
11's funnier. Let's go with 11.
Depends on the day. Some days I'm okay with it. You know, I mean, I'm okay and I kind of leave him alone. Right. Other days though, yeah, I'm all over it. He did do a really good job though. We just did a commercial for Twin City Used Cars, one of our customers. I cut the radio spot, the vocal, and Smith did the production, mixed the music and the sound effects and all that kind of stuff. And I'll give him this because I never give him kudos.
Thank you.
Did a really good job.
I enjoyed it after you were like, you're free to mix in some screams and shrieks and stuff. I also discovered instantly that I was like, I'm not sure I know how to spell shriek, but but other than that, like trying to figure out where to put the scream,
right?
Like putting it after the whole.
Oh, you were trying to mix it with the beats and all that, weren't you?
No, I was trying to put it like right after a phrase that would make it funny.
Yeah,
I ended up putting it after what was it like? Don't visit other dealerships. Or it was something with negative connotations. Don't get tricked by other dealerships, and then you hear like immediately after.
By the way, that was Smith's that was his impression of me doing the radio spot. Give me that line again.
Don't get tricked by other dealerships.
I'm gonna let him voice it next time. So I'll be like, here's the script, dude. You do everything. You do it all. Just do it all. I'm out.
I'll have 5 takes like always. I'm sure one will be good.
By the way, again, I'm going to North Carolina, so I'm going to go see some family, Laurel and Shane. my kids, Dane and Landon. So looking forward to going to see them. Landon just had a birthday too, by the way, just a week or two ago. And by the way, I don't really talk much about, I mean, I talk about my grandkids, but I don't talk about like certain situations. He was a super preemie. I mean, like when I say super, I mean, like he was super tiny. He was really early. He was in the NICU in North Carolina for, I mean, months. I mean, he was like this big. He was really, really small tubes and I mean, just scary stuff. And I probably should have gave you a picture to set that up. But I mean, Laurel calls him the miracle baby, and I believe it. I mean, this kid. I mean, he's 7 now, or no, he may have turned 8. See, I'm getting old now. I can't keep up. He had a birthday. I know that. So he's either 7 or 8. I can't remember. But to make it through all the stuff that he made it through when he was a newborn is just amazing. So again, a shout out to all the NICU departments in the country. There are so many people that help small children and people that are suffering and things like that. So big shout out to them and happy birthday late to Landon and happy birthday early to Smith. See, so I'm trying to tie that in.
Happy birthday to me.
Also, one other thing, a sad note, but I did want to at least mention it because it was an important thing. Billy's dog JJ passed away just a couple days ago, and he was such a good dog. I mean, he's a bulldog, white bulldog, and I mean, he was one of the coolest dogs I've ever met. I mean, Billy'd bring him in the office. He'd just kind of wander around. He was just so laid back, just a really cool dude. And so he, what do they call that when pets pass away? Like what do they say? They cross the rainbow bridge or something like that. There's a cliche out there. Somebody knows that. My mom probably knows it. Yeah. What is it when pets pass away, Mom? She'll give it to me. I hope. Well, of course, that, she'll type it in like 3 minutes when we're moving on to something else. She'll be like, oh yeah, it's this, I think it's called the rainbow bridge. I think it is. Like crossed over the rainbow bridge or passed over the rainbow bridge or something like that, with pets. But yeah, so my mom, my sister Barb, said that she's sorry. Losing pets, they are, man. Losing pets are tough. I mean, I'll tell you, I mean, I cried like a baby when my dog passed away. I mean, it's tough. I mean, they're like your family. You got any pets?
Yeah. I don't currently, but I mean, I've always been the same way when I've lost dogs. I mean, I get really attached to them.
Yeah, I mean, it is. By the way, I have to on a lighter note because again, I don't want to. We'll meet you at the Rainbow Bridge. That's what my mom said. I don't know if that's right, Mom. So the dog, they're going to meet you at the Rainbow Bridge. Is that what it is? They're going to meet you at the Rainbow Bridge. I don't think that's right. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's right. I think it's crossed over the Rainbow Bridge or something like that. It's meeting you at the Rainbow. That means that like the pet's going to sit there on the Rainbow Bridge till you die. Is that what they're doing? Yep. I'm loyal. I'm just sitting here waiting, wait until they cross Rainbow Bridge or until they come to the Rainbow Bridge. I think it's got to be crossed over. I don't know, whatever it is. But anyway, our condolences in all seriousness to Billy and April and the whole Merritt family. Just such a cool dog. I mean, he was really, really cool. We'll give Smith a second. Maybe you can pull up a picture of JJ on sure. Billy's page. Again, I didn't tell him this, that I was going to mention it. So he's not he wasn't prepared for this, which I typically do that to him anyway. I'll talk about something, bring it up. Although I'm not near as bad as Billy. I mean, I'll do maybe 1 or 2. But Billy, when he's on the show, twice a year, when Billy's on the show twice a year, he'll he'll have Smith looking up 17 things.
Pull up an article that proves mushrooms are sentient.
That's right. So it's something oddball, but I believe he's got a picture. You got something pulled up with JJ?
It's a pretty small one, but
so let me get out of the way here. There he is.
I'm sure I could find something bigger, but that's the first one I came across.
Yeah, so JJ, I mean, again, he was such a good dog. Again, he would come up to the office and just, he was just such a cool dude. By the way, if you go to Billy's Facebook page, lots of pictures of JJ. Oh, yeah. I mean, he sits on top of a golf cart. I mean, he would ride in the golf cart. He'd, sit on the back in Billy's truck on the toolbox. I mean, just all that kind of stuff. Just such a cool dude. So by the way, also my sister Maggie, they lost their dog too, Sammy, who was I want to say I think Sammy was 12 or 13, something like that. But he was a really good dog too. So Sammy was always, it always amazed me, the memories, of a pet. I don't know if you've had this, I don't know if you've had this experience, Smith, but like, I don't go to Illinois, every week or anything like that. So, I mean, I go a couple times a year. So not exactly a frequent, visit, frequent visitor, I should say. But, with my sister's dog, Sammy, like I'm telling you, man, that dog knew me every time. I mean, every time I came in the door. I mean, he would come up to me, I'd talk to him, stuff like that. And he would just, he loves snuggles and, stuff like that, wagging his tail, things like that. So again, the Farbus family, that's my sister, her husband, Brian Farbus, and the Farbus family. So our condolences, go out for you. For the passing of Sammy. So again, not trying to get on that whole dark side, if you will, but I wanted to bring it up because again, JJ's been a big part. I mean, he really has. I know it sounds funny, but he's been a big part of our business. He makes frequent visits. Billy would bring him a lot. Just come in and just open the door up and JJ just walk in and just pretty much go wherever he wanted to. He just wander around. I know he scared the bejesus out of Smith a couple times. He'd be sitting there. Smith would be sitting there all intense, on his computer working on something, and all of a sudden you feel that cold nose on your arm and
jerky. Jerky.
I forgot about that.
I always have jerky, and he'd always come for jerky.
I forgot about that. Smith was he was always known for having the beef jerky. So Smith was definitely one of JJ's favorite people, because of the beef jerky. So that was always a cool thing. So again, sad to see JJ go. My mom said they'll meet you at the Rainbow Bridge when you pass and you cross together. There's a poem. All right, so she's proving me wrong. So all right, I'll go with it. If there's a poem, I mean, I guess it's real. If there's a poem, it's got to be real. It's on the internet. It's got to be real. So we'll see. But anyway, we're gonna wrap up the show. So again, sorry to. Condolences going out to Billy and his family for the passing of JJ, to my sister Maggie and her family for the passing of Sammy. But again, on a lighter note, make sure to check it out. Clawhammer Oktoberfest, Highland Brewing Company out of Asheville, North Carolina. Go try it. It's really good. It's good beer. The Classic Rock Revisit, that is Stevie Ray Vaughan's In Step back from 1989, which, by the way, I wanted to throw this in there too. I wanted to make mention, a girl that I went to high school with, Terry Gerchek, her husband, John. All right. Now pay attention how I say this now. All right. Make sure you listen how I phrase this. Okay. John, Terry's husband, right? John plays guitar like Stevie Ray Vaughan. So it's on film. It's there. You can go repeat it. You can put it on loop if you want to, John. So there, I said it. John Gerchek plays guitar like Stevie Ray Vaughan. All right. So now that he has that and he can loop that part, now I'm going to actually say it like I'm supposed to say it. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan, John plays guitar. So he doesn't actually play it like Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's pretty difficult. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan, pause. John also plays guitar. But a big shout out to John and Terry, good friends, and Terry, a longtime friend, one of my high school friends. Had a great time. We visited them just a month or two ago, and they hosted a bunch of us that went to their house and had a really good time. And so they're just really good people, lots of fun to visit. So remember, take full advantage of your life. Don't just sit around waiting on things to happen. Make sure that you take advantage and do something fun this weekend. On your birthday, hint, hint, kick, kick, nudge, nudge to Smith. Don't just do the usual. I mean, do something, do something a little more. I
need to do something I wouldn't usually do. That's not work on some level.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to come back. We're going to come back next Friday. I'm going to ask Smith, what did he do different? What unusual? And he's going to go, I tried a new flavor in my dirty water. That's what he's going to come up with. It's going to be something like that. Well, by the way, before we take off, is your mom making a cake for you? Your birthday cake?
Not that I know of.
So, I mean, did you get one last year?
It's a long time ago.
So, all right. So are you a cake guy or a pie guy, or what desserts do you prefer?
If I could get like blueberry cake.
Cake. That's something I've never had.
Yeah.
Oh, Candace Smith with the laughing face. There it is. I think we know what's going to happen, or should I say what's not going to happen on Smith's birthday.
Maybe Well, to be fair, she definitely spoils the whole family with snacks already.
Well, there you go. Well, so happy birthday early to Smith and to Jose Santiago, as Smith called him earlier. And apparently, what was the other guy? Ashton somebody.
Austin
or Austin. Ashton Austin. Smith doesn't really know him. He's making these names up.
We used to call him Pop-Tart for some reason.
Pop-Tart. Happy birthday early to Pop-Tart.
Yeah, I thought you
See, now that's what you should have said earlier. Now that's funny right there. So happy birthday early to Pop-Tart. And again, have a great weekend. Remember, if your plans include drinking this weekend or anytime, make sure that you're using a designated driver. Please drink responsibly. Oh, Candace just put in there, we keep Pearl in business with blueberry cupcakes.
Yeah.
Pearl, by the way, is a local bakery. That's
Good
very,
stuff.
very good. They are very good. So shout out to Pearl Bakery. So maybe she can go pick up some blueberry cupcakes for Smith on his birthday. In the meantime,
are also delicious.
I'm sorry, say again.
The turtles are also delicious.
The turtle. You eat turtle?
The turtles. Yeah. Like the caramels, like salted caramel.
I know what you mean. I know
Yeah.
what you mean. My mom used to make those too. I mean, turtles are delightful, as Smith just said. So anyway, have a great weekend. We will see you next time. Remember, be safe out there and have some fun.